ask me to verify again. Otherwise, it will ask you to verify by using dual authentication with your phone, okay? Authenticator app. All right, so after you do all of those, then it's gonna go into this page. That page you have access to like everything, which means basically on this left-hand side corner, you will see Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and everything, okay? Now there, the step number one is actually bring that Excel file into this online web version. To do that, what you have to do, just go into My Content on here, and there's option right here to upload the file. You can just click upload, and then you go into your computer download folder, and which we download earlier from our canvas. Now on your download folder here, then I'm going to select it. Just double click. Now that file will upload into our online version of Excel. Okay, so in my content, do that again. All right. So the one other thing I want to show you, just you can do that from my content or the home. So sometime now you can see when I do this upload, it does not upload directly. The reason, sometime the pop-up blocker on your browser is blocking that. Let me show you that. When you click that open, see it says progressing, but it not really uploading. The reason, if you look on the very top, this bar, the address bar on the browser, it says actually pop-up block is activated. See that? Continue blocking, and then you need to allow that, then only it can actually upload. Okay, just always allows pop-up and redirects from the Microsoft 365. Just do that, then it will upload properly. Okay, let's do that again. Right. All right, now it's uploaded, right? If it uploaded properly, then it will automatically open with the Excel. So now this is the file. Then we can work with this file. That's it. Like super easy. Then we just need to put the data here and then do the editing. So let me copy the data, and then I will go over how to edit by just using the online Excel version. Okay. All right. So let's continue now. I copied the data from my earlier video. Okay. So now the couple of things you have to just take care if you want to really use the online version of the Excel. Okay. So let's take a look. One important thing you can see in this file, I have like this first part right here before the data is start. I have like 1, 2, 3 rows inside this part without data. You can't have that many. You can have only one row. Okay, so anything unnecessary you have to delete actually. So let me delete that part first. So I'm gonna delete this unnecessary this two. uh, Later you will see why that is important. Okay, delete rows. You should have one row at the end, then you can input all the information into the same row. Like for example, I have displacement term there. If I want to input another information just below the displacement without making a new row, you just go and click here, just do Alter and Enter. It will allow you to put more lines into the same cell. Okay, so this is Y, and then I can put the unit meters there, and then same we'll do for time. Alter Enter, that is T, and it's in second units, and then velocity. Alter Enter, this is V equal 2 times Y divided by T, and I can put another Alter Enter, put the third line into the same. This is going to be meter per second. And let's do now the acceleration. This is acceleration, and alt enter. This is E of y, which is equal parentheses v final minus v initial divide by parentheses t final minus t initial close bracket alt enter. Unit should be meter per second is fine. So that's important. You can't have more than one row on top of the column. If you have more than one row, it's going to give you like a lot of different trouble. Okay. All right. So that part is good. Let me delete this and then make a little bit of space here. All right. So now that is good. Then from here, we can actually do the editing, right? So now when we do editing here, you can see I need to have 4 decimal places, all of this, right? You can highlight that column part and then go into home, and then at the center of that in the home menu you see the general, then you change it to numbers and then click the left arrow to increase decimals, and also you can center it by using here. Everything should be centered nicely. We can center like everything, the whole table. If you highlight the whole table and then go here and then click the center, it will center everything nicely. All right, then let's increase the number of decimals here to numbers to have 4 decimals. Looks good. And also I'm gonna little bit reformat this uh, the lines, the outside lines. All right, now it's good. Now let's calculate the velocity. Those calculations are very similar. Equal sign 2 multiplied by displacement over time, and then you can go into that cell, click this small green dot and then drag it downward direction. It will do the calculation automatically. Let's do the acceleration equal parentheses v final minus the v initial divide by parentheses t final minus the t initial close bracket, hit enter, and then go into the same cell, right hand side bottom corner green solid dot, click and drag downward. Looks good, but too many sigfigs. I should have about 4 sigfigs here. Let's decrease number of sigfigs, too many, and then here also I can have only 4 sigfigs. Looks good now. All right, so those calculations are very similar to the one we doing with the normal Excel in our computer. Okay, this is how I calculate the velocity. This is the function how we calculate the acceleration. Okay, fine. All right, then let's do the graphing, because the graphing is very much different than the different from the regular Excel on your computer version. Okay, this is online web version. Now to do the graphing, it's a little bit tricky here, but if you learn that, it's not going to be difficult. Now, why I create earlier this table, particularly this one row in the top, just because of the graphing makes it easier. So how we do graphing? First, you highlight the whole table or the whole area where you want to select the data. Okay, then the regular Excel on the computer, you have a lot of freedom to actually select the data, but this one is not working like that. Okay, I need all of this data for my graphing, right? I need displacement column, time column, velocity column. We're going to make 2 graphs: displacement versus time, velocity versus time. Then you highlight that whole column, including the very top, this part. Okay, not only the data, including the name of the column on the top. Then you go insert on the very top menu, and then at the center area right here, you will see different graphs options. From there, we're going to pick the scatter plot. Okay, just data. It's going to give you like very crazy graph, which basically have like all the graphs what we actually can draw from here. Now you need to edit this. Okay, you double click on the graph sheet, graphs part, then you will see this option right here. Then you go to data, and then on that data you just delete this y axis right here on the very bottom, delete everything there. then click the down arrow here or the add field. Okay, then it will allow you to select more. Okay, now in that Y, you need to delete everything from here too. Okay, so let me go back here a little bit. All right, let's go over the graph again. There's a couple of things you have to do very carefully here. Okay, step number one, when you're selecting the data range, you need to start extra column to the most left side. Don't start from the displacement itself. Start from the column A. You see that extra column is already there. Okay, so I'm going to click here and then drag this way, all first four column, and then drag downward. Then I'm going to highlight all this area. I need only this three column, but this online version has a different way of reading this information. That's why. Okay. Then you go insert, click scatter icon here. Okay, scatter plot icon. Then it will automatically open this information bar on the right hand side corner. If not, you can double click on the graph area here. Then it will open up. Then you go there and then you go into the x-axis, add field, and then select time because I need the time on x-axis. Then delete this part that I don't need. And then you go to the y-axis and then displacement already there. You delete everything else. I don't need anything else. Now we have the right graph. So my y-axis is displacement, x-axis is time. Okay. Now we'll do the other editing and then trend line and everything. So nice parabolic shape. You go into now format. So inside the format, I don't need actually chart title. I don't need the legends either because we have only one type of data there. We need other information. For example, we need axis title. You need to go and then click the horizontal axis. Then you scroll down and then make the axis title open. Then they are going to be placed where we can type the axis title. And the guidelines major, you can keep it. And then I need to go to the vertical axis, do the same. Scroll down, click the axis title visible. Guidelines, I think it's okay to keep it there. Then you click series, this last icon, series downward. Then you scroll down on that, then you will see other option like the trend line and everything. Okay. So then you click this icon, it will open the trend line options. Then you scroll down again and then click this icon which allow us to display the equation. Okay. So that's the important one. Display equation, but also the trend line what we needed is actually parabolic because Excel automatically do the linear fitting. And then you need to go here, trend type, and then click the down arrow, says linear, and then put the polynomial. Then we good. You can see that dotted line nicely now passing through each data point. Okay. And also you can make y-intercept 0. This graph should go through 0, 0 point. You can click that. So now we have everything what we needed. Now let's go back to the graph again. And then let's do a little bit of editing here. You can just double click on the axis title and then type that axis title. All right, so how to type the axis title, you just bring the cursor on top of here, then double click, then you will get this box, then you can delete everything there, type the axis title. This is time, x-axis unit second, then click OK. That's good. Then you do the same, y-axis, double click, then go there, then this is y displacement unit meters, click OK. And then you can see the font size is too small. You can edit those actually here. If you just double click on that axis title or numbers, then this small window pop up. Then you click OK. Then there's another window open to the right. So that window has like all the other option. Like if you scroll all the way down, so you can select the font type and you can select the font size. Things like that. We need a little bit of larger font. Okay. You can edit all of those things in there. Okay. So this is for the font size for the numbers. You can see this is the number format. and also axis title format, you can also increase the font size. Let's do this same thing for the x-axis too. Scroll down, axis title, let's do 12 font size, and also right here for the number format, let's do the 12 font size, so then we can read the numbers clearly. Then we should be able to do the same for the equation, right? Let's double click on the formula or the equation, and I think we should be able to increase the font size for that too. Let's take a look at that too. All right, for the trend line, when you double click it, actually the option window open up, format window here, but you can't change the uh, text, the font size or anything there. For trend line, this for equation, you have to just click that, then it will select like this way. You see the outer boundary, blue line. Then you go into the home menu and then change the font size into 12 or even larger. Okay, because we need that clearly visible on our graph sheet. I'm gonna make it red color here, then leave it there. Then you can move this whole thing, bring the cursor here, and then move it that whole graphs into this area. Uh, that's where our graph should be. Okay, around this area. All right, so that's how we should create our displacement time graph. Then let me show you how to also do the velocity time graph the same way. You have to start by selecting all this area, including this first A column, empty column. Okay, then insert, scatter graph, and then you go to the data right hand side, and then there, add field on X values. I need now time for X. Add field, select the time, then delete the other part here. It says sheet, and then go to Y. I need the velocity. I don't need the other two, so I'm gonna delete other two. Now it's good. And then the rest is pretty much similar. You go into format, axis, horizontal axis. You scroll down. You remember we increased the number font size, and then I switch on this one, axis title. Then axis title also, you can type axis title here too when you're switching on. This is actually time. We are working on, let's see which axis is the horizontal axis we are working on, that is time. And then unit second. And then let's increase this into number 12. Then vertical axis, let's go to vertical axis, scroll down, increase this size into number 12, switch on the axis title, and then type the axis title here. This is velocity, y velocity, unit meter per second. Increase the font size into 12, then scroll further down into series, just click that, it will open downward. And there you need to switch on the trend line. When you switch on the trend line, automatically fitting into linear. For this one, we are good. We actually need the linear fitting. You can leave it like that. And then click the display equation. Don't do the y-intercept 0 because this graph doesn't go through the y-intercept 0. Okay. So that's all good. Let me do one quick thing here. Chart title we don't need actually. Legend also we don't need. All right, that's all. Looks good. You can change these colors and everything also if you want to. Okay, if you bring the cursor and then click any of these dot, you can change the color of those dots and everything. All right, then this trend line, this equation, you can see it's very small. Just do one click there, go into the home menu, and then change the size into maybe like 16, and then you can put a different color if you want to. Like let's put a purple there. All right, so that looks good now. Then let's click and drag this into the right place where it's supposed to be. All right, that's where it's supposed to be. Now everything good. I just need to rename this. This is the figure number 2, which is y displacement versus time for golf ball, right? Then this one also similar. This is y velocity versus time for golf ball. And that's all looks good. Then the rest of the analysis are very similar like in my other lesson video. But let me go over here, the average from the table. You can do the same way, equal average, AB, and then select the average. And then you select the data set from your table number 1. So that's the data set I want to get the average. Hit enter, exactly same way like we doing on our regular Excel on your computer version. This is uh, average from table 1. And then from the graph, you remember the number in front of x multiplied by x square multiplied by 2 is actually the g. So let's do that here, equal 2 multiplied by parentheses negative 4.8251 close bracket. And the graph 2, g is actually the number in front of x, slope of the graph negative, it is just negative 9.6057, 6057, it's all good. And all of these should show only 4 sigfigs. Okay, let's edit that to show only 4 sigfigs. That's good. Let me put this function also here. And this is gonna be our from graph 1, and from graph 2 is actually basically just we don't have to do anything, just read the slope of the graph. Okay, read the slope of the graph. All right, let's do then the percentage error equal ABS open bracket. Rest are pretty much simple. Negative 9.81 minus the number here, close bracket, divide by ABS open bracket minus 9.81 times the 100. So then you can click the this cell right here. Then you can click this green dot to the right hand side corner and then drag downward. It will do the calculation for the rest of them very easily, and then decrease the number of significant figure here, only 2 visible. Okay, and then make it to the center nicely. Looks good. Let me copy paste one of this PE function also here. This is PE for row number 44. Okay, all right, so that's all looks good now. So the rest of the work, I mean, pretty much very similar to the other video. I'm not going to go over everything here, but it is very similar. Okay, so you can put the units also here. This should be meter per second squared. Meter per second squared. Then the other graph, this graph we did the analysis by using the same tracker software. You can just copy paste the picture here and then talk about the terminal velocity and the acceleration here. Rest is pretty much simple. The advantage if you're using actually online Excel version, that's in a way better, because these work automatically save it into your online account, Microsoft account. Then when you close this, let's close this up. You don't have to save it or anything because it automatically saving. Okay. When you go back here, Microsoft account, my content or home area, you're going to see all the recent information, recent work you did. All of these file automatically saving. Now, whenever you want to submit this, you go back to the file you just recorded, and then open that with the Excel, and then you download this into your computer first. Okay, so you just go file, and then you can either do save as or you can do export. Either should work. Okay, you can do as a save as, then it will allow you to download the copy. So that copy automatically going to download into your computer, usually the download folder. Now it is here. Now that's automatically going to be on your download folder here on your computer. This is the file I just download, right, 2:55 p.m. So then you can upload that file into your Canvas submission link. Okay. So I would strongly suggest everybody to maybe consider using online version of Excel instead the computer version, because this makes much easier for you to in terms of saving everything automatically, things like that, and you can access these files anywhere. All right, so I'm going to stop from there.